What's up guys, this is Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're talking about Coin stock and their just released Q1 2021 earnings report, which was amazing. And we're going to discuss why Coinbase is one of the stocks that you want to own to play in the crypto space and invest in a hugely growing field. Now, a lot of you are already aware of the fact that Coinbase is one of the most popular crypto exchanges out there. It has a 10% market share thereabouts in total crypto transactional volume. And they do also have a software side of the business, data analytics side of the business that they recently beefed up with an acquisition. And that will really be targeted towards institutional investors. And as of this report, we know that the number of institutional investors are growing, whether it's mutual funds, hedge funds, pension funds, you name it. A lot of rich people and people managing a lot of people's money are buying through Coinbase. We'll dive a little bit deeper into the business model of this company throughout this video, but what I want to turn your attention is to, first of all, some breaking news out of the earnings report and conference call, which was amazing, by the way. They have this really cool feature where users can submit Q&A questions, even ordinary people, and upvote the ones that are most popular, and they address some of them. The number one being is, when is DOGECOIN going to be available on Coinbase?
To answer your question directly, we plan to list Doge in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And then more broadly, we're going to be focused on how we can accelerate asset addition in the future.
Okay, so you can look forward to trading DOGECOIN on Coinbase. You don't have to go to Binance or Robinhood or any of the other, platforms out there, Webull even, which, by the way, you can get 2 free stocks and trade crypto, but, Coinbase. But anyway, this is big news when it comes to Coinbase shareholders, investors, or even holders of Dogecoin, because this is going to be a lot of volume that could potentially be introduced to Coinbase. And, obviously they make money through transactional fees, and it could raise further awareness and accessibility to Dogecoin, which could see it have a boost to the price. Now, several weeks ago, prior to going public, Coinbase already pre-announced that they're going to do approximately $1.8 billion in revenue and over $700 million in net income, and they hit those expectations. Nevertheless, this headline says that they missed, by 0.1. It's just silly to call it a miss, honestly, when they already told you how much they were going to do, and they did exactly what they said they were going to do. But that's just, semantics. As far as the actual results, as I mentioned, that is phenomenal. They're incredible numbers. Q1 2020 to Q1 2021, you can see the difference here is just astronomical. They're doing exponential growth, and that has a lot to do with, as they say, with the prices of cryptocurrencies going up and then interest in that space increasing, so people do more buying and selling. And the more volatile the space is, the more buying and selling there's going to be, as opposed to if everyone just held and did nothing, then they wouldn't make as much money, Coinbase. And keep in mind, this is an important thing, Q1 2021 was January, February, and March. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other altcoins have since gone up massively since then. Even Ethereum, you could see that in this report alone, they just mentioned how Ethereum tripled to $1,900. Here today, Ethereum is trading around $3,700 and hit an all-time high around $4,300. So there is still a lot of demand and growth in the crypto space, despite some headlines that we'll talk about in a little while. And that is going to be a lot of volume and action that Coinbase is going to profit on. So Q2 2021, I expect to be phenomenal, and they expect to be phenomenal as well, because when you look at the guidance here, this is the really big thing to come out of this earnings report as well. So when they did their pre-announce, they mentioned that they're not going to give specific revenue or income guidance, and they don't plan to going forward. What they do want to focus on is monthly transacting users, which is just users that are either buying or selling in a given month. All right. And they said that the average guidance going forward is 5.5 million monthly active trading users, basically. The top end of that guidance was 7 million. All of a sudden, fast forward here, you can see that in their latest release, they have updated that very, very significantly. So this all of a sudden has become a lot more bullish, because when you look at the average estimate now, it's 7 million, and the top end of the range here is 9 million. So they just took their top estimate from just like a month ago and bumped it up to the average now, and now adding 1.5 million to that average estimate, or around 27% increase. And you can see the top end there from 7 to 9 is just really, really great. And sure, you don't know exactly specifically what the net income is going to be, you don't know exactly what the revenue is going to be, but from just the number of users alone, you can get a good sense of the fact that probably that revenue and net income is going to increase pretty dramatically, in my personal opinion. The only real way that Coinbase stock is going to miss their estimates and go down is if they have a repeat of a crypto winter, which is essentially like in 2019, where the price of Bitcoin pretty much stayed stagnant or within a trading range for most of the entire year. And you just don't see that happening with this environment. Nowadays, I feel it's a totally different game to when it was 2018, 2019, because as I mentioned earlier, the number of institutional investors in crypto and putting their money into Coinbase is unbelievable. And the number is just growing and growing month by month. And over the past quarter, where they did over 300 billion in trading volume, you can see that 2/3 of this volume is institutional. So it's not like all John and Billy and Sally buying Bitcoin and just driving up, and it's all retail action. It's actually a majority is institutional, with the rise of NFTs as well, and DeFi, and the host of other upgrades that come to various crypto blockchains like Ethereum 2.0. I think that will only continue to drive interest in the years ahead. Now, looking at the valuation here, I think that this is really, really compelling, and there is a definite bull case to be had here. So they just did $3 of EPS in a single quarter. Based on these estimates on finviz.com, you can see that analysts expected $3.70 something for the entire year. So there's clearly something sickening and wrong with these estimates. I will try to check another website like Yahoo Finance or something, but I think that people underestimate the profitability. I think people did not understand the fact that whether Bitcoin goes up or down, as long as there's volatility in trading and retail interest and institutional interest, this company is going to make money just through the fees and a couple other ways that they make money, like lending and things like that, staking. $3 of EPS, if you just extrapolate that out for 4 quarters, so the rest of the year, they do $3, $3, $3, $3. That's $12. Simple arithmetic, right? $12 in EPS at the current stock price, as of this closing, was around 250, 260. This company has a forward PE of around 20. And that's not even factoring in the fact that the coming quarters should, in theory, and based on all the available information that's out there, should be much higher than $3 per quarter. But even if you just put $3 per quarter, that's 20 forward PE on a company that's growing insane year over year and for many years to come. As long, caveat, of course, that there is no huge crypto winter. Competition does not drive fees down to absolute zeros, and things like that. But I don't see that happening at all in the near-term future. I think Coinbase has such a huge moat, has such a huge head start, it has such a huge market share already in total crypto market cap out there, that this company is going to benefit for a long, long time. And they also have, of course, some diversification in their business and institutional backing. I don't know another stock out there in the fintech space that is trading at a forward PE of 20 and has like 900% net income growth over the past year, revenue growth that is insane as well, and is expected to continue to grow so dramatically. Coinbase has dropped tremendously since its IPO price. It has pretty much gone back to the direct listing that it was intended at around $250, so I think it's a really attractive entry point. It is also somewhat double bottoming here. You could see a potential rebound from this price as well from a technical standpoint. Long run, this is more of a long-term stock in my personal opinion. It has a lot of upside. Analyst price targets are in the 400s, 500s, and 600s. I think that Coinbase is a pretty good buy here. That being said, there's always a risk of regulation. Just recently, Binance and a couple of other exchanges like Kraken have had government investigations into them and opened, and that remains to be seen how that gets resolved. There is, of course, the potential that specific currencies could get targeted themselves, and the whole thing recently with Elon Musk tweeting and the environment thing. It's not like he didn't know that going into it, but I think he's personally manipulating prices, but he's kind of done that as far as Tesla stock and a lot of other things. So I think that's all just a lot of noise. At the end of the day, you're investing in a company that is high risk, I would say, but at a very, very, very high reward if things do work out and continue to execute and nothing goes wrong as like a worst case scenario. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will be looking forward to hearing them and discussing with you guys. Until next time, my friends, stay well and invest responsibly.